Alright, that should be on. Yeah, it looks like it's on. Just a moment. Alright, so that's all set up. Awesome. So, in today's stream, I intend to get more shiny Pokemon for what is my dex. And tomorrow, I am going to be doing Resident Evil Standard Classic Run to finish off what I started. So I'm almost into the arc in Resident Evil, and I probably have about an hour or so left in it. And that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. But in the meantime, today, I'm just trying to complete some Pokemon catch in this stream. And Seabash, how are you doing? I've seen that you got that N64 modern console. Looked awesome. It must have been really expensive. Alright, is FPS okay? Oh, it's a pleasure to watch. I know you probably don't play Pokemon, but for me, I'm a variety streamer, so I stream Pokemon and other stuff. But it's probably about 60% Pokemon, 40% variety. Awesome, thank you. I recently updated my stream avatar yesterday. And yeah, I've got a new microphone, so I'm quite pleased with all the changes. So how's your day going? Mine's been pretty awesome. Awesome, thank you. I had problems with the headset microphone, so I've gotten myself a proper microphone now, and it's a lot better. Oh, just working and lurking. Oh, what are you working on? So, in these areas, right, you see the green ones? The objective is you teleport to them, you run around, and you run around and see if you find a shiny, and you'd hear it by a sparkle, or you'd see a sparkle. And that's most the objective, but you can find Pokemon outside of these green areas. It's just less often. So the main area of focus are the green areas highlighted by numbers. I'm currently working on a Resident Evil image. Well, not right at the moment, but I started one. It's going to be based off the end credits of RE Requiem. If you remember the lyrics, it's like hands reaching out the dirt. Yeah, so I've got a kind of cool horror vibe image I'm working on to go along with that theme. I'll probably post it in your Discord when I'm done. Because I do a lot of art and I wanted to make a Resident Evil image, so that's what I started working on. So what I like about this is that you just mostly run about. It's very relaxing. You don't actually have to think too much about what you're doing because you just reload in the instance each time and looking to see what you roll. And that's fun because other methods for doing this are quite harder. Oh, and I made you a moderator, so that's a thing. Alright, that's okay. Let's see. Sometimes you can find a couple up here. You're welcome. It's the least I can do because I think your community is awesome and I'm glad to be a part of it, so yeah. And hopefully some of the people you see in my Discord go into your community because they're pretty awesome people too. They're the people who got me into streaming, so yeah. Maybe our communities will mix. That'd be awesome. For sure, it's hard to get noticed. The YouTube algorithm really doesn't push people anymore, especially when you make videos. I used to try to make videos, but I gave up because I'd never get recommended. And I kind of ended up in streaming eventually. It's just easier, but it's still hard. Okay, do I need any of those? Actually, I do need 2 of those, so we can definitely check there. Oh, it's shiny. Awesome. So let's see if we can catch it without being killed. That'd be nice. We got it. So the Pokemon over here is, you see the one with the red eyes? It's basically a boss, and if it attacks you, you'll take a lot of damage. It could probably kill you in 2 hits, so you really don't want to get too close to it. Okay, and here's another boss Pokemon. So any Pokemon you see that has the red glowing eyes, they're dangerous and you don't want to hang about them. Ask me how I know, because, you know, I've died to a lot of them, often. So this game is set in France, and apparently people like to run about on roofs. I can't really say for sure since I've never been to France, but apparently people like to run about on roofs. Don't ask me why, but that's what they apparently do. Now it would be down here. Okay, no. So that one would be blue if it was what I needed. I have a list of what I'm looking for, and yeah, for the most part I know what I need. I even know the specific colour type that they have to be, so I've already gotten one, and that's a great start. So heck yeah, let's go to... Area 11 is kind of cool because it's split, but the best Pokemon, like, they're on the other side, so you have to come in by Area 6 because it's a shortcut into there. Oh, it's the button I'm supposed to be pressing, but I keep forgetting what it is. So, if I was doing it right, there'd be a glide animation, but I'm apparently not doing it right. You know what, I'll figure it out once I've been through here. There are just so many games that they have that I forget all the controls. And you'd think that because it's a Pokemon game that the controls would be the same, but no. The games mix the controls up all the time. And you get what we call controller whiplash, trying to figure out, oh, I'm pressing this should be doing this, but in reality, it does something else. It's really weird because there's no consistency. Alright, here's a good place to practice jumping. So, now one of these buttons will be the glide button, and I need to figure out what it is. Oh, it's the A button. That's awesome. Not too bad. Okay, so you see this Pokemon here? This is the boss Pokemon, and if it hits you, you'll get hurt a lot. So I just generally avoid it because I'm not here to get it unless it's shiny. And I know what that one would be. It would be black. And because it's not shiny. So if I pull up my decks here, like actually boxes, the goal here is to get the correct Pokemon type and fill it up so that we have all of them. It's a bit of a collectathon, but I enjoy it because it's relaxing. Oh, and when you see the borders around the game, first it starts out black, then it starts to get red. When the borders are red, you're basically one hit away from dead. And that's the point you should start running. And don't look back because you'll get wrecked. Yeah, it is kind of cool. Like, you have all this space, and yeah, it's a collectathon. The game really doesn't have level concepts, it's more of like what level your Pokemon are, so like, for example, let me see if I pull one out here. It's the level of the Pokemon that matter. Your actual trainer doesn't have a level. So the best Pokemon you want in the game are called alphas, like these ones. Alpha equals size, and they're basically the maximum size. Exactly. The trainers have never really had a level, so it's always about the Pokemon. And yeah, the best Pokemon you want is like the Alpha type. They're the biggest type, and when you first see them, they have red eyes, but when you capture them, the red eyes go away, but they're still super strong. And the most rare Pokemon that you want is a shiny Alpha, because it's basically a different coloured boss Pokemon. And its moves do a lot more damage and range than a normal Pokemon, so it's ideal to get them if you can. Other Pokemon games, like, they don't have the boss Pokemon, and their game mechanics are totally different. But for this one, it's pretty simple. You just run about, or you reload areas, whichever you want to do, and you wait till you get the one you want to appear. I like it. There are really only 2 games in the series that do it. There's this one, which is Pokemon ZA, and the other one is Pokemon Arceus, which is the one that came before. So those are the only 2 games in like the Pokemon franchise which have this setup. And it's the type that I like to play the most. Basically anyone can get into it. You just have to run a lot. I was going through Requiem recently. I'm doing my Standard Classic because I only have Standard Classic, Standard Modern, and Insanity to complete. Yo, welcome in, thank you. Thank you. It isn't a big improvement. I went from an awful headset microphone to having this. So, I only have Standard Classic, Standard Modern, and Insanity mode to complete, and then I've gotten all of the achievements in Resident Evil Requiem. I've got Infinite Rocket Launcher, I've got the modified wristband for Leon, I've got the charm for Grace, and a bunch of other stuff, so I've made a lot of progress in that game, and I'm looking to complete it soon. Probably in a couple of weeks. Alright, so up here we'll check on the Pikachu, and if it was going to be shiny, you'd hear the sound before you actually get to the top. But because it didn't happen, it's not the type we need. Now the problem with the Pikachu is, it has a gender difference, so you need the male and the female. You can have a Pikachu, but then you need the male and the female Pikachu, and after that you can have the Raichu, which doesn't really matter because the tail is the same, at least from what I'm aware, so you need to get the male and female Pikachu in shiny form, which is a bit hard to do. I mean, of course you could ignore the gender difference, but if you've been a completionist, then you'd want to get both. Oh, I was about to say, that was an item, awesome! But alas, it was just a random mushroom. That's too bad. I was thinking I could sell it for something good. Actually, do I have a donut? If I have a donut, I could do some Mega Dimension DLC. Okay, we have Sparkling Tanga, Merenga's Donut. No problem, take your time. So, this will give me Ground 2 and Teensy 3. Fire 3 and Teensy 3. And a Ghost 2 and Teensy. Okay, so if we could find a fire portal, we could actually do that. And the way we do that is we press the minus button and then it shows you all the portals. So ignore the red portals because those are just battle zones. We don't do anything with those. That's a Psychic. Psychic. Normal. Now people would go for the Ndidi one because it's kind of rare, but I really don't need it, so I'm going to ignore it. Yeah, so all these portals operate on a rarity system, and every time you reload into day or night, it loads up a new set of portals, and one like this with the Ndidi, which is in the middle between the two rabbits, is a very rare portal. It's probably like 1 to 2% spawn chance. Oh, it's the fire one. Question is, does it have more Pokemon than that, because I already have those ones. I might check it anyway, but let's just go around first and see what we have. Welcome in, Ayumu. Oh, I'm doing awesome. How are you? You know what, I'm going to reload the instances, so let's go to bench and put it to nighttime. Awesome, I'm glad to hear that. So I was playing some Pokopia earlier and the museum is almost complete. I have some more rift tiles to do, but otherwise I've almost finished restoring it. And I've been working on a berry farm. I need to get 3 more types of trees, but I haven't found them yet. Yeah, it took a while. It took about 2 weeks to clear it out and actually start repairing it. Oh, you do? That's right, Repcatcher. Yeah, maybe you can invite me to your island. Let me see. You know what? I can switch. So I have 2 capture cards, so where's my controller at? This is why I like having 2 capture cards. It makes it so easy just to get between games. It's very convenient. Right, fix the FPS. Alright, so as you can see ahead, the rooftop is really starting to get repaired up. And I'll show you the inside. In here was the last room that I really had to repair. And as you can see, it's all filled in. I even recruited a Porygon, which is pretty awesome. I'm not sure it does anything good for me, but I recruited it anyway, so there it is, using the computer. Okay, so I have the loom tree, I have the leper, and I have the pitcher. And I just need whatever else that is. Alright, I'll just hop over and come on in, and if you can show me where those trees are, that'd be awesome. DT 69NK. Uh-huh. Let's go. Oh wow, you've really been working hard in here. Okay, we have leper berries. Wow, nice going. It's so nice over here. I know I said nice twice. I just couldn't think of a different word. This is really cute. Oh, I see it, right? The blue one. We have Chesto and other ones. Okay, great. Aspia. Rost. I think that should be it. Is there any builds you want to show me? Like, anything new about? Wow, you made a lot of effort into fixing this pathway up, and you made a direct way to the water. If you remember right, this actually goes in and it turns left. But you fixed that. You just go straight down now. Oh, are you building a seaside town? I like it a lot. What's going up here? Your area is certainly a lot better looking than mine. A lot better, like, I've barely worked in this area, so... At most I have a Pokemon Center and a couple of houses, so... Not much progress at all, and... The raid on the hillside up here is amazing. It really expands the area, and gives you a lot more room. Okay, one moment, I'm just going to check what your machine has. Gengar stamp, shop of the day. Don't mind if I do, I'll take the recipe. Oh, I see that, you've basically leveled it off. What are you making it into? Yeah, it's Pokemon music. So what are you building up in here? Oh! Are you going to have a waterfall? You leveled the entire area off, because I remember that this bit up here was raised up. So it's all leveled off. That's great. You spent a lot of time into terraforming, I can see that. Like, your area's almost totally changed from the way it was when it starts. Even here, like, this area used to be a mess with a lot of stairs and stuff, and you got rid of it. This bit is really cute. We did a really great job with here. And the houses with like all the vines and all the stuff going on all of them. It's amazing. You really know how to make cute houses. Yeah, and it shows, like, speaking of myself, I never played Animal Crossing, so I'm not used to building houses. I mean, I have played Minecraft, but I wouldn't exactly call what I made in Minecraft to be houses. Welcome back, Seabash. Like, we just temporarily switched gears into something called Pokemon Pokopia. If you've ever heard of something called Animal Crossing, this is basically the Pokemon version of Animal Crossing. I'm just visiting Ayumu's island, and she's showing me all the stuff she built. Check it out, it's pretty awesome, right? She made all these houses, this garden and everything. Of us or the houses? Oh, okay. There we go, I got the remote wheel to work, it just took a few tries. Alright, thank you for giving me the actual photographs of the trees. I'll use them later on and make all the stuff I need to, and yeah. Yeah. Get out of your world, yeah. Get me out. It's no problem. See ya. Enjoy your dinner. Okay, and with that, I'm going to switch back into the game that I started on. So, I said Pokemon Pokopia is basically Animal Crossing mixed with Pokemon, and if you're into that sort of stuff, you will like that game. Why can't I use it? Okay, and that's the switch 2 off. I can switch back to the other capture card. Here we go. This is where we left off. So what I would do here is you could just switch between day and night and change up what portals and spawns you have over the map. That's all basically is. It's just a reload mechanism. It might change the aesthetic, but when it comes down to it, you're just changing what you have around you. But just pretty convenient that you can do that. Because a lot of games, like, they lock you into a fixed day and night cycle. In this game, you can just, like, switch it whenever you want, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so what did we get spawn-wise? So we don't want anything from the red ones because they're all just battle zones and they're no good. And for some reason I have a pinpoint here. Let's just get rid of it because I don't even know why it's there. Alright, and as an example, if you don't get what you want, you can just go back to the bench and you just press set and you reload everything again. So you can pretty much do that as often as you want until you get what you want. Which is pretty awesome considering that, yeah, a lot of other Pokemon games don't give you that ability. They just lock you into like a fixed cycle. Alright, I'm just going to hit the be right back screen for 2 minutes. Actually less, but just bear with me. Alright, and I'm back. So, there was somebody outside, probably a drunk, making a lot of noise. I just wanted to kind of wait till they moved on, because I didn't want that to be picked up by the microphone. And yeah, it's a lot of running, but a lot of running is a lot more fun than just being stuck going into encounters. And by that I mean random encounters where you can't actually see what you're going into, and it's based on an algorithm that you have no control over. Oh yeah, and while we're talking of running, I know I'm not a professional Resident Evil speedrunner, I mean, not even remotely, but tomorrow I will be finishing off my standard classic mode, and I will be trying to like speedrun the last half of it, so if that's something you're interested in seeing, then I'll be doing that tomorrow, same time as when I started this, so yeah. Just FYI if that's something you're interested in. I really appreciate like Resident Evil Requiem. Like, I last played Resident Evil when it was Resident Evil 2, and that was on the Dreamcast, so it really did get me back into playing Resident Evil. And I appreciate the heck out of Resident Evil Requiem because it's so fun to play and it's easy enough for a casual like me who's been away from the game for a long time to, to actually get back into playing Resident Evil. So yeah, going forward, I'll probably be playing, not paying Resident Evil a lot more often. I have no idea what the sequel will be like from Requiem, but if it's anything like Requiem, it'll be pretty awesome. I actually appreciate like the Grace segments a lot more than the Leon ones because while Leon is awesome, it's just basically run and gun. And while that's awesome, it gets a bit boring after a while. So when you have like the horror segments of Grace and you basically run away from the hag, now those bits are fun. You're basically forced to move, but you don't really have an option to beat her. At least not till quite far into the game. I'm a completionist too. Oh, that's good to know. Like, it's always satisfying to complete something, especially if you've been working on it for a long time. When I was trying to unlock infinite ammo in Resident Evil 9, I was having so many problems, and then by the time I realised what I had to do, it was too late because I had ruined my save. I'd bought stuff I shouldn't have bought, so I could never get the achievement. It just wasn't going to happen. So I had to start over from scratch and do it perfectly. But the reward for actually completing that was great because I can now play that game without having to worry about ammo. So being a bit of a completionist and doing all the tasks that I wanted you to do, very rewarding, like satisfying. Alright, I believe I've checked all the areas I want to check, so I'll just reload the points. And the best place to do that is at the Pokemon Center. You need a berry farm to make dye in Pokopia. If you don't have dyes, then you can't colour the buildings, so yeah, you need to get a lot of berries to make dyes to actually change the colour of your building. I actually think you're running a bit behind. You probably need to hit the live button because, yeah, I'm quite a bit ahead from there, so if you look in the window on YouTube, the live button is probably greyed out, so if you hit that, then you can actually get back to where we're at. So we kill some time and yeah. That's what we set to night and change all the spawns. Yeah, they are. It makes it so much easier just to switch between the games that you have. Because you don't have to unplug stuff. You know, you really still have to hit that live button. Turn it red. Go hit that live button. Alright, so far we've only gotten one shiny. I'm sure more will show up, so I'm just gonna keep looking. Oh, I'm an idiot. One moment. There we go. So I just realised I was talking to you, but you're obviously not hearing my responses because, you know, you're a bit behind. But it's all good, it happens. Glad you caught up, no problem. YouTube does that sometimes. It'll just stop buffering and then you'll be caught behind and you won't realise that you're no longer viewing the live video, but you aren't. And you just have to make sure that the live button is always red, otherwise you're just going to be behind. Alright, so we have an Alpha Fletch Finder. What else do we have here? Can't see there's much else here. We can reload it, of course, so we're going to reload it. But first we'll go check all the portals and see what we have. Actually, that's not what I'm supposed to be checking. You know what, actually I do need one of those. It's the one on the left. It looks like a little pig, and that's because it is a little pig. So that's what you call a starter Pokemon. And the starter Pokemon ones are kind of rare to find, so I'm going to hop into that and see what odds we get. We got the mark set, and now we just have to find it. Alright, I know where exactly that is. I believe it's the area where the mythical Pokemon was, Meltan. So there was a Meltan event up and around that vicinity. And by talking to this NPC here, we actually set our save point. And setting a save point is important because if you want to get out of an instance, well, you need to have a set save point. Now that right there is our hard save, so if anything goes wrong, we can just reload the game. Now, this is what we call a Mega Dimension DLC. Part of the Mega Dimension DLC, and it's basically a hyperspace portal, like a magical portal, and inside it, it's not reality. It just has a different set of Pokemon that you would fight normally in the main map. Everything looks weird, and it's kind of like everything got cut off, like by a magical saw, but yeah, that's just how it is by design. And another difference is it's on a timer. Thank you for that, Seabash. Awesome, yeah. Every like helps. It's appreciated. Okay, so as you can see, this is what. Oh, there's a shiny. What the heck? Okay, oh, let's go. But where is it though? I betcha it's in there. I betcha. There it is. Did you see that? It's right behind that wall. So as I was saying, this is what they call a hyperspace dimension. It's basically a DLC for the game, and it creates additional space for you to shiny hunt Pokemon. You have a timer, so I don't know what that game is like. Is it like... Alright, awesome, we got ourselves more points, and we can go for a special scan, which means we can do a scan for boss Pokemon. Now, one method that you have for getting Pokemon here is you keep teleporting back to the start, and it reloads everything. Everything. But because they're all there, there's a bit of a problem, so I just have to back the heck up and wait till they're no longer angry at me. Okay, cool. So then you can do this, and everything gets reloaded. And if you're lucky, you'll hear a sound. And if you're not lucky, you won't. So this is what most... Right, I'm just going to pause it here because I'm on a timer. So this is what most people do in the expansion. You go into these special areas and you just reload it and reload it and reload it until you get what you want. And eventually you just get bored of doing it. You say, okay, I've had enough time doing that. Or you run out of time because it's a timer, which I can show you. So in the upper left, where it says 3,400 calories, KCAL, that's basically your timer. And once that reaches 0, you get kicked out. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing this like for a lot of time because, as you can see, my timer's going down very slowly. It's going down quite slowly. So this right here is the main reason that I actually just stick to running about, because if I did this, I could be in this for like 6 hours because of how slow the timer goes down. So obviously I'm not going to put anyone through that. I'll maybe do about 5 minutes of it and then start running about, because yeah. Just bump some reloads and see how it goes. And run around because it's all fun. It's more fun to run about than it actually is just to do those teleports. Even though on a technical level, you should be doing it. It's just a lot better to not do it if you want to keep people entertained. and keep yourself from getting annoyed at the game. Right, can I get out of here? Yeah, actually I can get out of here. So I'm trying to get us into a different area of the map, but as you can see it's all closed off, so... Oh no, I failed that jump. Yeah, I don't have the range for that. Must be another way around. Yeah, they all tried to kill me, so I'm just gonna keep moving. And it's another block, but we can get rid of this one at least, so that's all good. Some of the blocks you can get rid of them, and some of them you can't. In this area you have these Pokeballs items, and if you break them you can get special rewards. These items are used to get you back into these spaces, so like the berries, they unlock your progress, and you want to get lots of them, so I'm going to break some more of them. And you see all the rewards get like popping up on the right hand side of the screen. So the bigger the ball, the more the rewards, and the better the rewards. So it's pretty awesome that way. But you only get one big ball per map and about 5 normal balls per map. Usually they're all up on the roof, which is a bit problematic because you have to find your way up. Actually, let's go try to get up there because we haven't been up to the top. And when I tried to get up there, I just kept failing the jumps. There'll definitely be a way up here if I cut across. It would be nice if I actually hit it, but there we go. It only took 2 tries. Sometimes you can have your Pokemon right in front of the object and it just won't take it. Yep, I pressed the wrong button. I need to stop pressing the heal button. I haven't even taken any damage, so... Alright, let's reload it. So we've been all around and we didn't come up with anything. So just drop a couple of quick reloads and see what we get. Every time, the game reloads it. Thank you. Appreciate the positive comment. Sure do. So every time you reload it, you're looking to see if any of these will change colour, which is the aim. And of course you're going to try not to die. Because as you run about, you notice how the border's getting darker and cloudier. That means my character's health is low, so at this point, I could probably have my character die in 2 hits. And if the character gets killed in this area, they get kicked out. You can't come back in. And every area is unique, so you really don't want to get kicked out, so you just want to stay alive as long as possible. And gradually, as you see, the borders around the frame will vanish. And that means you're back to full health. I mean, it would be nice to have a health bar, but if they wanted to display your health as clouds, then, well, it's a design decision. Not one that I would make. I'd rather have a health bar, but if they want to do clouds, go for it. It's kind of funny in a way. You can battle with your Pokemon, but you can die, but your Pokemon really can't. So you don't have a level bar, you can't level your character up, but you can level your Pokemon up. But your character can die and be targeted. Your character is basically always level 0. Always a couple of hits away from dying, and you can never change that. Yeah, so none of those are shiny. Really, I'm only in this area just to check on those little pigs because I had a couple of them, I think 1 or 2. I'm pretty sure 2 is the number I need. Can I actually check my box? Let me just go through it. Oh, maybe I need more. Yeah, you do, because it's easy to get knocked out. Especially when you can't heal yourself and... Oh, heck no. Okay. That was almost a death pit. Glad I backed out of it very quickly. Yep, they're determined to kill my character. Get out of here. You too. Yeah, get out of here. They followed me all the way from over there. Yeah, sometimes the Pokemon are really persistent and try to kill your character, so it's a weird one. I'm fine. It's okay, I can do both. Do you hear any sounds? Not really, so just throw a couple more resets. Famous last words. Yeah, I know, right? So I'll do a few more minutes of this, then we'll come out and we'll go for a special scan. And the special scan has the best type of portal in the game, so it's the type of portal you want to have. Worst case scenario, I'll give you a special scan that's for battle, and then at that point it's completely wasted, but if you're lucky, it will give you something good. So I'll just do a few more minutes of this, then back out. And you can back out by going to this portal and clicking A to investigate, which will then take you away and take you back to the normal area, so. Heck yeah, that's so true. So I'll just do a quick circle around this area and see what comes up. If nothing, I teleport back and I'm going to leave the area. Just totally back out and return to the normal map. At that point I can do a special scan and hopefully it gets something good for us, like a boss or something even better, but we'll see. The only problem with the special scan is, like, it's already predetermined, so the game's already chosen what I will have for my special scan and I can't reset it, so those are the digs and I just have to deal with what the game gives me. Alright, okay, over here, and any shiny sound? No, okay, so we can just back out from here. Well, that's kind of true, but really I just didn't want to be doing like 1000 resets because I've done that game before and you could spend hours inside of that place just keeping doing the resets, and sure, you'd eventually get what you want, but you get bored. So I didn't do it, I was just messing about, I was just having some fun with it. Technically, should I have been trying harder? Heck yeah, but I'm not going to do it when it's like on a live stream and it easily gets boring very quick if you actually do it the way the developers intended you to do it. So, I'm just going to do it my way and keep it fun. I mean, I know some people like love to see like the actual process of doing it over and over and over and over, but I'm not putting anyone through that, not even myself. Alright, so I'm going to do the special scan and it should be around here. Yeah, here it is. It feels like so long since I played this game, but you can do your special scan up in this building and let's hopefully get something good. So these guys are supposed to be like the mafia, kind of, but they're secretly good guys. I don't know. Pokemon does stuff weird. They're just basically the mafia of France, and in reality they're good guys. But they act tough. Make that make sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. But that's game logic for you. The bad guys are good guys. Now over here, this guy is called Philippe. And he's the one that actually gives you the special scan, so we talk to him. And he's like, oh, do you want to do a special scan? And you'll be like, heck yeah. Let's go scanning. And that's what's going to happen. Let's see what we get. Let's just zoom out a bit. Oh, here it is. So the special one is the one that's highlighted. Now that's a very good one. That's the Eevee one. Now, Eevee and evolutions are extremely rare, and whenever you get one of these portals, you really want to keep it. So now I could just go into it and use a random power to go into it, but I think it'd be a total waste. So I'm probably going to keep that one for later, or maybe even a next live stream, because it's really hard to get the right power you need to go into it. And by power I mean, like, if you look below the icons, it says types just above detected via special scan, and it has like this little grey and white icon. The grey and white icon indicates that it's a normal type instance. So we did normal type powers, and I don't have that right now. So until I do, I'm just going to leave that there. I don't actually have to worry about it going away, because special scans stay there for as long as you need them. Doesn't matter if it goes to day or night. It just doesn't change. It only changes if you use it and you exit. At that point, you lose access. So I'm just going to run around and leave that for later. Like, my only gripe with this game is, it's really hard to get the power types that you need. So, if you wanted a normal or a fire or water type power to boost your odds, your percentages, it's very hard to get it. You need certain materials, and you need to do a lot of resets. Which is the worst part about it. Whereas if you just do less and you run about, it's all pretty fun. Which is why I do less. Because it's so much easier. You could say this, the game designers had a very bipolar design method to it, because one method is so easy, you just run about. It's super fun, it's super quick, and you can just tap a button and it's no problem. But the other one is like so time consuming, and yeah. And the alternative is you spend your time like resetting and resetting and resetting. You reset for like a million times to get the power up you want, because it's totally random RNG. And once you have it, you have to go in there and you just keep hitting teleport over and over and over. Now, some people love that, but for me, not so much. Plus, you get to have them like Pokemon chase you around, which is pretty fun. Yeah, so Seabash knows what that's like. Like, when he was doing the Castlevania thing, he had to keep resetting the area and killing the boss until he actually got the item he wanted. So, RNG odds are RNG odds, and it's cool to do it for a while, but eventually you get bored of doing it. Or you just take a break and you come back to it later. Whatever works for you. No, it actually wasn't. And the reason was is you have company. people actually want to see you do it. You know, right? If people actually enjoy your content and they like seeing you do that sort of stuff, then they'll be there for you and they'll watch you do it. Yeah. So like when you were in in the castle, like you kept going up and then dropping down and killing this specific boss for an item. It wasn't a boss, it was like... It does. It changes everything. Oh, I hope work is going okay. And it's good that you're wrapping it up. Finishing work, getting to go home. Awesome time. Oh heck yeah, let's get up on some roofs. Like, I haven't been up to a roof enough, so... This game is full of rooftops. Like, if you hadn't noticed, or I hadn't showed you, like, most of the game is a rooftop, in one way or another, so... You can pretty much go on most rooftops in the entire game, which is nice. Oh heck no, I was trying to get to the other side. Bang. It just kicked me into daytime. So the nighttime cycle is roughly 8 minutes. And the daytime cycle is roughly 16 minutes. So you have at most that amount of time in each cycle to do your checks. I'm in an event world, so it's kind of both. I haven't worked in that field, but I have seen videos about it, and yeah, that does make sense. Alright, where has a good rooftop? Around here I believe there's a couple of good rooftops. So if you didn't know Webcatcher, Seabash plays a lot of horror games and he's very good at them. And he has an awesome community too, so if you didn't already, I would recommend checking his channel out, so I'll just drop this link again. Check it out sometime, he's got a lot of awesome content. You're welcome. I know Pokemon isn't your usual style of game, but I'm trying to like explain it to you and make it entertaining as possible. Because it could quickly become a grind fest and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just keeping it as fun as possible. Awesome, good job. Actually, there's the area I want to check up here, so we can go and do that. So this area up here has a number of good boss Pokemon, and I'd like to drop by here and just check. That's the first boss Pokemon right there, and there'll be another one right around here. And a couple more up top, so... It's all good. Do what you want to do, and don't do what you don't want to do. That's life, right? I almost fell off that. That would have sucked. Then I'd have had to climb all the way back up. Some of these areas are so hard to get across. And I'm almost dead. Phew. Oh heck no, don't attack me. Right, so this game has the battle mode. I'm not sure if you're able to get into it, but I can show you it, so... Plus... No, what's the button? Yeah, why not? Let's do a battle. I wonder if it'll let me actually use my team, because I tried to a couple of days ago and it just wouldn't let me. Okay, the season has ended. Okay, so can I use normal Pokemon? I hope so. Well, actually, I need to back out. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to take some Pokemon off my team and then use them. So it won't let you manage your team from the actual area. You know what, I'll just pick this one. This one. Actually, it'd make more sense to use this one because that one's actually trained. So, go back into it and let's see. Alright, here goes. So this is what the battle mode looks like. I mean, it is a nice change of pace. I'm gonna admit that. And I enjoy it more than actually doing the resets. So usually you only have to do about 4 or 5 battles per season if you want the rewards, but it's up to you. You can like go from like the bottom rank, which is Z, all the way up to rank A, which is the top. I usually only go to rank S because rank S is what gives you the actual rewards. You get additional rewards beyond that, of course, but I don't remember what buttons I have for this. I'm kind of playing a bit blind here because I can't see some of my actions. Heck yeah! We got one down, and we're gonna try to get some more. I hit the bench. Gotta love that pattern. And that's knocked out. Rip. I got decimated. Alright, let's see how this goes. Apparently I'm not doing very good. Oh heck yeah, let's see how we did. Oh yeah, we tied for first place. Way to go, novice trainer. Which is myself, of course. Like, I'm a total novice at this, but I still like to have some fun with it, you know? Alright, as you go up the ranks, you go from Z up to A, and we really are only going to go to rank S, which is all we need. So we got Green Angite, EXP Candy, Delphoxite, Chestnutite, Baxcaliburite, a Heavy Ball, and a Nugget. I don't know, extra novice? Novice, newbie, oh there's a lot of words. Yeah, the surf really rocks, like... So, the actual Pokemon is a boss Pokemon, and the reason it's so powerful is exactly because it's a boss Pokemon, and they have a bigger range of hits, so the bigger the Pokemon, the more space it hits. Its moves are bigger, its moves are more powerful. So some boss Pokemon are better having than others just because of how big they are. Like every Pokemon on my team is a boss Pokemon, but that's the biggest. And because it's the biggest, it hits massively. I freaking love it. I want to get to that Charizard. Yep, it's the boss Pokemon. Man, that Venusaur's ripping my team up. If only I had the fire move, I could actually hit it, but I don't. It happens, YouTube sometimes buffers. I have to do something about that Venusaur, like, it's wrecking the field. Yeah, that one is a loss. That Venusaur was just too powerful. So they had the boss Pokemon and there was the boss Venusaur. But that's not too bad, I came second, so it could have been a lot worse. Yeah, when it happens, just make sure to hit live button. Because once it buffers, you're no longer live, you're always running behind, so just make sure of that. Okay, cool, we got a fastball. That's pretty rare. Yeah, that's why you always want to have the biggest possible Pokemon, because it's how you win. I mean, I know it's not fair, but either you have or you don't. Them's the decks, I guess. I'm kind of making it a bit hard on myself because I can't see my hotbar on the bottom left. It's behind my avatar, so there's a little bit of guesswork in what I'm switching into. Oh, that was close. Yep, it doesn't help. Okay, I want to get this win the battling, so let's see how it goes. Rip! He got me before I could attack. Yeah. It doesn't really help in this game because it's all about timing, so just do your best. Welcome in, Blitz. The battle is still so weird to me in this. Maybe I'll try it someday. What the heck? Why am I on first? That is not right. I should not be in first place. I do not deserve first place. What the heck? Alright, I gotta drop you a link too. So how did your stream go, Blitz? Like, I saw you were still going through Dark Cloud. Did you just stop because the enemies were too hard, or did you actually complete the dungeon? I was actually in my bed playing my Switch too when your stream ended, so I don't know what happened. Oh heck yeah, we got a love ball and a nugget. Those are good items. So I'm at a disadvantage here because my Frostlash doesn't have a Mega Stone. For some reason the Mega Stone isn't on her. I don't know what I did wrong there, but okay. It just means she's basically useless. That dungeon beat my butt would require lots of tedious grinding, which I will just do off stream. Yeah, that makes sense. Heck yeah, I got a freeze in it. I'm gonna do a heal, and then I'm gonna do another freeze. Let's surf that up. Oh no, it's switched. How rude. Get out of here. See ya, Seabash. Thanks for coming over, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Looking forward to it. So at this point, I'm pretty much getting all my kills stolen from me. Which really does suck, but it happens sometimes. I'm totally getting wrecked this game. It's not cool. Yep, I got wrecked and kill stolen, so what generally happens is like you do a lot of damage and then somebody will just snipe the Pokemon you're targeting. And when that happens, they get rewarded for your effort, so yeah. You see? At least I didn't come last. So I'll take not coming last. But yeah, it would be nice if I actually got rewarded for all damage I did, but you just have to deal with it when it happens because it's 4 people in the area and anyone can steal a kill. It's called piggybacking, LOL. I'm not sure that's the right word. Actually. Yeah, I'm definitely sure that's not the right word. It's theft. They stole my kills. So I'll do 1, maybe 2 more battles, and then that'll be that. Well, it's technically true, because you do all the damage, and then they just walk in and they tickle it, and they get the point. People do it deliberately, like, they just sit back and watch other people battle. Then when the battle's about to end, they walk in and they steal all the points. It happens all the time in this game. Well, whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing really. Alright, so we get attack power up here. Heck yeah! That was good. Sadly, I didn't have enough health to survive it all the way through, but what can you do? Oh no! I'm gonna lose this. Better not lose it. Sorry, I'm getting so hyper-focused on it. I mean to comment more often about what's actually happening, but sometimes when I get into battle, it's like, oh heck no, I'm just not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. Alright, let's see how we did. I know we didn't come last, but I would like to come second if I could. But we never know. Wow, talk about killing it. Hey, at least I got second. Let's just do one more quick battle and we can end up there. Heck yeah, that was still fun though. Like, even when the losses come, I really don't mind it because it's all good, you know? Have some thrilling action, some quick battles. I wouldn't like go all the way up to rank A because that'd become a bit of a grind fest, but it's just fun doing the lower stuff and getting into it. Runner up is not that bad. Yeah, I didn't come last. I just don't want to come last. For sure. Yeah. Alright, we have 2 water Pokemon. Now we have to switch because that ground Pokemon is trying to do a ground attack on electric Pokemon. I'm going to do recover because I don't want to die. At least not that easily. Well, I almost got it. Alright, there's a lot of water poking about, so let's try to hit at least one of them with a thunderbolt. Heck yeah, surf! Now I got defense boost with that blue orb, so I'm just going to throw a heal and see if I can survive the next incoming hit. Alright, we got 4 kills. We're definitely not first, but we shouldn't be last either, so let's go! Let's see what we got. And again, apologies, I get so hyper-focused when the battle just gets crazy. I don't battle often, but when I do, I just get so caught up in it. It's wild. Alright, second. Awesome. That's it. So, today we caught one shiny, explored the hyperspace, and got past rank S in the battles. That's all awesome stuff. It's been a while since I played Pokemon ZA, but it's kind of nice to pick up again. I don't ever play it casually, but for real, yeah, it's good to be back into it. Alright, so hopefully everyone's appreciating the new graphics, improved audio, and all of that sort of stuff. I've been putting a lot of effort into improving my live stream, so hopefully that shows. And yep, I hope you all have a great day, night, or evening, and do take care of yourselves, right? And we go to outro. Check it out, I made an outro. See ya.